Greetings and welcome back. So it is a rainy morning. It's currently about 8:30. We are in Shorestone. We just finished clearing out the red belly mine of spiders.
Safe, I hope.
Well enough for the people here.
Heard about you and your honeyed words.
Excuse me? Anyway, we are on our way to Riften. I should not leave my horse. Come on, horse. The foxes need to make a different noise than the wolves. Is that a spider? Oh, how many spiders are there? Or is that a bear? Wow, that did a lot of damage. Can't you guys fight each other? Just saying. Bear's almost dead. Oh crap, who are these guys? What is going on? Who are those guys? Are they? Why are they enemies to me? Oh, you're Imperials. You're not enemies to me. Wait, why are you enemies to me? Well, that doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. We'll let them fight each other. Okay. Hopefully that won't become a problem when I try to go to Solitude for some reason. Take care of my horse.
Too lazy to walk, eh? Well, you found the right place.
You just insult me the first thing you say to me?
Ah, I'm not afraid of anything out here. Walls are just a weakling's hiding spot. Not me. I'm no weakling. In fact, I bet I got the strongest arms in all of Skyrim.
I'm gonna get beat up.
Oh, sounds like I've got a challenger. Tell you what, how about a friendly wager, just between us? I bet you my entire purse of septums I could beat you in a fist fight. You match the bet, and we fight until one of us gives in.
Okay.
Alright, remember, this is a clean fight. No weapons, no tricks. And none of those fancy magic spells either. Here we go. Come on, let's see what you're made of.
Keep those hands
Jeez.
up.
What are you doing?
12 septums on the big.
I'll rip you in half.
Drive that snow back to the ground. Come on.
I'll tear you to pieces.
Come on.
I'm getting my ass kicked is what I'm doing.
Drive that snow back to the ground. Come on.
I'm gonna crush you like a bug. Die, damn you!
Keep those hands up.
No!
Dang it.
I'll rip you in half.
I'm not even close to kicking this guy's butt.
I'll rip you in half.
Fight back. Drive that snow back to the ground. Come on.
You guys are a bunch of annoying bums too, get in the way.
Give up while you still can.
Just going to stand there.
I'm gonna kill you.
Being attacked.
See? Now I gotta deal with the guards attacking me. Look!
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people.
Ah!
What say you in your defense?
To the ground. Come on. Drive that snow back
Smart
to the ground.
woman.
Come on.
Now come along with us.
God.
We'll take any stolen goods and you'll be free to go. After you pay the fine, of course.
It's so annoying. Oh.
You're just going to stand there and take it? Fight back!
Okay.
Who taught you to fight? Keep those hands
Heard
up!
they're reforming the Dawn Guard.
Oh my god.
Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining up myself.
Who are you?
Who taught you to fight? Keep those hands up!
Take my advice.
Need a ride?
Don't listen to that talk
No.
of face sculptor down in the
All right.
Ragged Flagon. Face Butcher is more like it from what I've heard.
Drive that snow back to the ground. Come on!
Oh, man, it's really, really annoying.
Fight. Keep those hands up! You're just going to stand there and take it? Fight back!
Oh my god, is it gonna keep saying that? Are you following me?
You're just going to stand there and take it? Fight back!
I'm gonna freaking kill you is what I'm gonna do.
Welcome to Riften, home of the thieves.
I'm
Guild.
really getting tired
Or
of
so
your
they'd have you
excuses.
believe.
Fight!
When you
fight.
It's all
borrowed the money,
lies.
you said you'd
They're
pay it
just
back on
thugs.
time and for double.
Shut
Way
up!
around the red.
Oh my god.
No idea. But how was I to know the shipment would get robbed?
Next time, keep your plans quieter, and nothing would have
You're
happened
just going
to
to
you.
stand there and take it?
What?
Fight
Are
back!
you telling me you robbed it? Why?
What are you doing that
Why are you
for?
doing this to me?
Because I want to
Look,
beat your
Shopper,
face in,
last
that's why.
warning. Pay up or else. All I care about is the gold.
Just going to
Everything
stand
else
there
is
I don't know you. You and Riften looking for trouble?
Yes, of course.
Don't say something you'll regret. Last thing the Blackbriars need is some loudmouth trying to meddle in their affairs.
I'm not in the mood.
The Blackbriars have Riften in their pocket, and the Thieves Guild watching their back. So keep your nose out of their
Just going
business.
to stand there and take it?
Me? I'm Maul. I watch the streets for them. If you need dirt on anything, I'm your guy. But it'll cost you. Only way you could have found one of those is by stealing it. Guess you'll fit in around here better than I thought. So what do you want to know?
Going to stand there and
What's
take it?
the gem where is?
Do I look like a merchant to you? You're gonna have to take that up with Vex in the Thieves Guild.
Is she a
Get in
merchant?
good with them and you'll find her.
No.
Keep those hands up!
I had another run-in.
You're just going to stand there and take it? Fight back!
Need something?
You better
Drive
still.
that snow back to the ground. Come
Oh my
on.
god.
Drive that snow back to the ground. Come on! You're just going to stand there and take it? Fight back!
Oh, it is a good thing for you. If you'd followed me one more time, I was about to kill you. See if he gets back to his horse. God. That was annoying. It's that whole sequence. Hello.
Who in the name of Azura are you?
I'm Llywellyn.
Are you kidding me? We're all alone out here except for a few guards who couldn't give a damn about us. We make easy pickings for thieves looking to steal everything we worked so hard for. Not only did they take my bow, but they took all of our coin as well. Nothing's sacred to these people.
I'm not sure how I knew he was having trouble with thieves, but whatever. He just told me that thieves stole his bow. Why am I asking?
A few days ago, some thieves from Riften broke in here and stole it. Can you imagine? Took the only thing of value we had. If you have the guts to head into the Ratway and get my bow back, I'll pay you what I can.
Okay, sure, why not?
Thanks. It'll be nice to have it back. Means a lot to me.
Sure does. Apparently I'm a stupid question person. How do you know the thieves were from Riften?
I bumped into them when I was coming back to my farm after buying supplies. I know those lowlifes took it with them back to the Ratway. They left an unmistakable stench behind. It was a family heirloom. I can't even put a price on how much that thing means to me. The Ratway is somewhere under Riften. Shouldn't be too tough to find.
Here, let me help you guys harvest your crops.
After we were robbed, Draven's become more bitter than ever. He hates this place. We could always use help picking crops if you need a few extra coins.
Yep, I have gourds.
Honest pay for honest work.
4 gold, okay, I have wheat.
Honest pay for honest work.
25, that's 29 gold. Cabbages?
Honest pay for honest work. Safe travels.
39 gold, oh, that's not bad. At least it paid my fine. These stupid guards.
Don't think you
who
can
are
barter
you?
with me like one of those damned shopkeepers.
Afflicted refugee.
Are you finished ogling the grotesque? I suppose I should be grateful you didn't simply attack me.
Are you ill?
I am one of the afflicted. I'd have been dead from this plague a year ago if not for Periite's protection.
And where are you going?
Returning to High Rock. Our shepherd lost his way, and I fear Periite's wrath may consume those who remain with him. Kesh could tell you more. I just want out of Skyrim as quickly as possible.
I was about to say, who's Kesh? Alright.
So, has my bow turned up yet?
I haven't even left your farm. Calm down.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls. Been too long since we've had a good bandit raid.
Alright, let's head back into Riften. The guards interrupted my fight. Apparently they disappeared too. Should I get in the fight again? I mean, I wasn't doing very well, but at least the fight will end one way or the other. As long as the guards don't start following me around.
New around Riften? Take my advice. Stay at the Bee and Barb. The bunkhouse isn't for you.
Okay.
Huh? What do you want?
How do I know he works at the stables? What kind of trouble are you in?
I owe a great deal of money to someone, and I think they cheated me. I don't know what to do.
Well, I can solve problems.
I was able to work out a deal with the stables in Whiterun to sell me some of their tack and harnesses. I borrowed some gold from Sapphire to pay for the shipment, but It got robbed before it even arrived. Now Sapphire wants her money back, and if I don't pay her, I think she's going to kill me.
That's stupid. Why would she kill you?
You will? Oh, thank you. Be careful with Sapphire. She mixes with all sorts of nasty people.
Maybe you should have been careful with Sapphire then.
All meats guaranteed, clean and free from rock joints. My food is the best in all of Skyrim. Always
that
as
so?
fresh as the day it was collected.
Well, how do you keep this food so fresh?
I picked up a trick from a butcher in Elenir, a small town over the border in Hammerfell. He showed me a way to grind up ice wraith teeth and use it as a preservative. Keeps everything cold and fresh, but only for a limited time. I'm always looking to replenish my supply, so if you ever come across 5 of them, I'd be more than happy to take them off your hands.
Alright, I can do that, I
Thanks.
guess.
I was actually worried I'd run out.
Never
careful
done an
looking for
honest
those
day's
teeth.
work in your life for all that coin you
Bastards are
carry.
dangerous.
Hey, lass.
That's right.
I'm saying you've got the coin, but you didn't earn a septim of it honestly. I can tell.
Rare trinkets and the finest oddities.
And you're wrong, but go ahead. How could you possibly know that?
It's all about sizing up your mark, lass. The way they walk, what they're wearing. It's a dead giveaway.
What do you mean?
Look how you sniffed out my little scheme at the North Gate. You knew it was a shakedown and you called them on it. That's what I'm talking about.
I did?
Wealth is my business. Help me out, and I can add to yours. Would you like a taste?
What do you want me to do?
I've got a bit of an errand to perform, but I need an extra pair of hands. And in my line of work, extra hands are well paid.
Once again, what do you want me
Simple.
to do?
I'm going to cause a distraction. You're gonna steal Medesi's silver ring from a strongbox under his stand. Once you have it, I want you to place it in Branche's pocket without him noticing.
And why?
There's someone that wants to see him put out of business permanently. That's all you need to know. Now, you tell me when you're ready, and we'll get started. I'm ready when you are.
Okay,
Just
well,
give the word.
I'm not ready yet.
Working at the Riften fishery is tough, but it puts some coin in my pocket. I'm beginning to think leaving Mournhold was a mistake.
Probably.
Can I interest you in some fine goods from Morrowind?
If Riften
Have
is the
anything
best
you wish to
Skyrim has
sell?
offer,
I pay
I may
fair
as well turn
prices
back
for
right
all
now
sorts
and
of
just head
goods.
for home.
So you have an odd name for a dark elf.
I may be Dark Elf by birth, but I was raised Argonian. For reasons I'm still trying to discover, I ended up orphaned, then taken in by a kindly Argonian family in Black Marsh. I hope one day to find out what happened to me, how I ended up like that.
And do you have any clues?
Just one. I know when I was found by my Argonian father, I was wrapped in a blanket bearing the symbol of House Telvanni. It was one of the great houses in Morrowind long ago. Whether that means I was one of them or not, I'm uncertain. If you come across anything in your travels that might provide me with the answers I'm looking for, I'd be grateful.
I'll keep an eye out.
Thank you.
What have you... Why were you searching in Skyrim?
I learned that a matron who had served for House Telvanni had escaped Morrowind during the Accession War. Records showed her buying passage aboard a sailing vessel named the Pride of Telvos, but that's where the trail ran cold. I spent years looking for what became of the ship, but I ended up empty-handed.
I see. Okay. What have you got for sale?
Everything I've got on display, really.
2 bottles. Okay. Yep. Nope. Nope. sell you anything? Staff of Fury. Let's see. I'll probably sell some of these things. Value of 2, huh? There we go. The bowl's worth 7? Wow. Okay. Deathhound collar. Okay.
Anything you can find would be of great help. Good luck.
I'm sure it would
Working
be.
at the Riften fishery is tough, but it puts some coin in my pocket.
Make love like a saber.
Greetings, honored friend. Could I interest you in some fine jewelry?
How's business?
Not well, I'm afraid. That Brynjolf, he keeps draining the people's pockets with his ridiculous miracle cures. A few months ago, it was troll fat salve, and now he's got something new. Not that there's anything that can be done about it. He's in good with the Thieves Guild.
Okay, do you make your own jewelry?
I do. Sadly, I'm one of the few traditional Saxhleel jewelers that remains in Tamriel. It's becoming a lost art. Only trouble is gathering materials has become hazardous. The roads to the mines and to the other cities are thick with bandits, and worse. Would you be interested in gathering some materials for me? I'd certainly be happy to compensate you.
Magic words, sure, I'll get them.
Thank you, Landstrider. I'm seeking a small list of items to complete my next creation. 2 flawless sapphires, a mammoth tusk, and a chunk of gold ore.
Okay. Yes, what is a... was it Saxhleel?
Forgive me. It's a term I haven't used in some time. While most in Tamriel call my kind Argonian, we prefer the term Saxhleel. Maudesi was actually my original Saxhleel name. Unlike others, I decided to embrace tradition and keep it that way.
Okay.
Safe travels, Landstrider.
You
New
too?
around Riften? Take my advice. Stay at the Bee and Bar. The bunkhouse isn't for you.
You already told me that.
Come to see Ballerman perform miracles with steel, eh?
I imagine current events are keeping you busy.
People say I'm making gold off of other people's misery. But what else would I do? Smithing is all I know. Next time one of my shields deflects a killing blow, they'll change their tune.
And you seem quite proud of your work. Whoa, what's with that slowdown?
Smithing's been in my blood for generations. I owe my success to my forefathers and their recipe for flame. The secret is my forge. It consumes fire salts, a strange mineral that burns as hot as red mountain lava.
Yes, impressive.
Well, it was. Sadly, this forge is dying, and I've used the last of my fire salts. If I can't feed it soon, it may grow cold.
Well, I could probably find some for you.
You will? Thank you. 10 pinches of fire salt should give me all I need to bring this forge back to life. Remember, nothing but genuine fire salts will do. The forge knows the difference.
Is there fake fire salt?
Buying and selling fine jewelry here.
Blackbriar Meadery.
Hey, don't look at me that way. Who are you to judge me?
I just walked in the door, lady. If that's your normal attitude, no wonder people are judging you.
I'm quite busy. Need something? Can I get back to work?
Apparently you run the Blackbriar Meadery.
Maven Blackbriar wants me to keep the mead flowing, and that's what I aim to do, despite all these lazy good-for-nothings that work for us. Ever since I took over as a foreman, the production of our mead has never been more profitable. And if the meadery is profitable, I'll get rich. Get the picture?
Can you tell me about Maven?
Lady Maven could buy or sell anyone in Skyrim. I wouldn't be surprised if she's the one pulling the strings around this city. She's always welcome in Mistveil Keep, and between you and me, I'm pretty sure she even has some pretty influential friends within the Empire. I'd also warn you not to cross her. She employs quite a few troubleshooters to take care of messy problems.
Alright.
Good. Now maybe I can get back to work.
You were standing in a corner.
Welcome. Allow me to recommend the Blackbriar Mead, the purest brew in all of Skyrim.
Oh, what makes it so special?
Lady Maven's been developing the secret recipe for Blackbriar Mead over the last several decades. She uses a very secret blend of spices, fresh honey from Golden Glow Estate, and specially constructed aging casks to ensure the best flavor. Even when you get to the last sip in your flagon, it'll taste just as good as the first.
That's a nice line, man.
Damn it. Sorry. I'm not very good at this. Look, just don't say anything to Maven, will you? I've spent weeks trying to get that right, and if she sees how stupid I am, she'll get rid of me.
This whole conversation is stupid, but yes, there are worse things than being fired.
Yeah. Fired. Sure. That's what I meant.
So she'll have you put down, huh? That's pretty harsh. All employees must read. Notice to all employees. I've discovered my bed filled with skeever droppings that were obviously placed there on purpose by an employee who felt that it was an amusing prank. You have until admit us to either come forward on your own or point me in the direction of the perpetrator of this practical joke. Otherwise, all employees will be subject to half wages for the next 3 months. Enderin. To be read immediately.
We serve only the best here.
Attention employees.
Blackbriar Mead. May I get one for you?
Okay, these are different notes. Notice to all employees. Lady Blackbriar has requested that all employees be subject to random searches at my discretion. There's been a rash of missing mead barrels lately, and I won't tolerate it any longer. Any employee caught with merchandise belonging to Lady Blackbriar will be subject to immediate incarceration in Riften jail. If you have any objections to this posting, feel free to remove yourself from the meadery permanently. Enderin. And lastly, to be read immediately. Notice to all employees, it's come to my attention that the last batch of Blackbriar Private Reserve was simply our standard Blackbriar mead placed in the incorrect bottles. We sold 6 cases to the Private Reserve recently and they were all returned. To make amends, we've replaced the cases with the correct supply at our cost. Due to this blunder, the cost of those cases will be removed from this month's wages. Enderin. Hello, Romlin.
You look like you could use a drink. What do you say to some cheap mead?
You selling cheap mead?
No, friend. You've got it all wrong. I'm not selling cheap mead. I'm selling good mead for cheap. Blackbriar mead. I sell cases of it for half of what the inns and taverns pay through the meadery. All I need is someone to deliver it for me. If anyone saw me leave Riften, they get suspicious.
You don't think it's suspicious to talk about it inside the meadery?
I need someone to take this small keg of Blackbriar mead to Wilhelm at the Villimer Inn in Alverstead. Drop it off, and he'll trade you something for the delivery. Keep it as payment for the legwork. Oh, and if you bump into Indaren from the meadery, keep your mouth shut. He'd write us out in a second.
All right.
Good. Now get going. Sure. How do you think I get my hands on the good stuff and offer it so cheap? Think old Maven is just giving it away to anyone?
Another
But
stupid
thinks she
question.
makes so much money. Makes it easier for merchandise like this to fall through the cracks. Remember, keep this to yourself.
Hey, you should not talk about it inside the meadery. The pond prawn. Let's see.
Welcome to the Pond Prawn. What can I do for you?
Your shop has a most unusual name.
Catchy, isn't it? In my youth, I was a fisherman. I had a beautiful ship named the Brawny Prawn. But the years have a way of creeping up on you. I ended up selling that ship to open this place. Seemed only fitting to name it after her. Well, changed it a bit, I suppose. If I had been smarter, I would have kept my boat. Coming to this city was a big mistake.
And what's wrong with Riften?
The question is, what isn't wrong with Riften? This city's corrupt, rotten to the core. No one cares about anything except themselves, and how much coin they can make off the misery of others.
I'm gonna assume you've already done this, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Maybe you should speak to the authorities.
Authorities? Have you been listening to what I said? They're all dirty. Every one of them. The only way to get things done in this city is to keep your head down and pay off the right people.
Tell me about the Thieves Guild.
They used to be pretty feared around here. I mean, you'd whisper the name, and it'd send chills down your spine. Now, they're nothing more than ruffians and thugs, trying to pry a few extra coin from honest people. All it would take is a small force of guard to go into the Ratway and flush them out.
What's the Ratway?
It's our name for the old sewers that run under the city. It used to be a huge system hundreds of years ago, but it fell into decay, just like the rest of Riften. The guild stocks the place full of thugs that aren't good enough to join, so watch yourself if you venture down there.
Alrighty.
Until next time.
My husband Bercy will be the death of me. Oh, he spends too much time worrying about Riften and not enough about himself. Bercy's afraid that someone's making a move to take the Pawn Prawn from us. I think he's being paranoid.
Okay. Apparently he left. I'll leave too. Okay, let's see.
Don't cross me, elf.
Or what?
Hands to yourself, sneak thief.
That's what I thought. Walk away.
New around Riften? Take my advice. Stay at the Bee and Bard. The bunkhouse isn't for you.
Take my advice. Why don't you say something else?
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
You are wrong. I love trouble.
Sorry about the mess. Keeping this place clean is quite a chore.
I take it you work here, because that's another stupid question.
Work? I suppose you can call it that. I call it slavery. I work my fingers to the bone keeping this disgusting place clean. Ever since my parents died and Helga took me in, It's been a nightmare. How was I to know she was such a wretched woman? So now I'm stuck living here, while those pigs she calls customers grope me and say the most awful things.
Do these people actually grope you? Why do you hate Helga so much?
It's not just the work, it's everything about her. She's disgusting. I think she takes her worship of Dibella a bit too seriously. Do you know she slept with 3 different men in the last month alone? What kind of woman would do such a thing? Just for once, I'd like to see her squirm. To rub her nose in it.
Okay.
Actually, there is. But I don't think I could get away with doing it. She'd kill me if she found out. You see, I happen to know, after she makes love, she gives her partner a token of her affection, called a Mark of Dibella. If you confront her with 3 of the marks, she'd be so embarrassed. Well, I don't know what she'd do.
Sure, why not? She's annoyed me.
This is going to be great! You need to get the marks of Dibella from Boli, Hofgrir, and Indaren. Not sure how you're going to do that, but try your best. Then just confront Helga with them, and the rest works itself out.
Okay.
Try and get those marks without violence, please. I don't want to be responsible for their deaths. Or yours.
Deaths all around.
Working at the Riften fishery is tough, but it puts some coin. I'm beginning to think leaving Mournhold was a mistake.
You already told me that.
Hey, don't look at me that way. Who are you to judge me?
Okay.
Any luck getting the marks from those men?
Edesi,
Can't you bother me at my
Branche.
armor stand in the market? Or are you that desperate for training?
Alright. Going to the inn in a minute. Anybody else still left out here? Yo.
Visitors like us are rare in this part of Skyrim.
You're not from Riften?
I've been adventuring across Tamriel since I was a fresh-faced young woman barely able to swing a blade. My travels have taken me from High Rock to Valenwood, Elsewhere to Morrowind, and all points in between.
Why are you here then?
Many years ago I lost my blade, Grimsever, within a Dwemer ruin. I took it as a sign that I was wasting my days in search of wealth. You and I are alike. We seek challenge and great fortune. But for me, that's where the similarities end. You see, Riften is my great beast to be slain, and my fortune comes from gratitude and trust.
Tell me about Riften's Thieves Guild?
To call it a guild is ridiculous. How can people who would betray one another over a gold coin be considered part of an association? They're the worst kind. Even the Dark Brotherhood abides by a strict set of rules and tradition. These thieves are just rabble. What do you think?
Sure.
You know, I'm beginning to respect you. Other
Oh.
than Erin, you seem to be the only other person I've met I might be able to trust. Since we share the same opinion of them, let me warn you that they're recruiting others to join their guild, and you should be cautious.
So you're Riften's... Did I already ask that? You're Riften's protector?
It's been difficult. I've taken the burdens of this city's problems upon myself, and I keep running into impossible obstacles. Corruption, lies, and deceit are the order of the day here. If it wasn't for Erin, the young man who saved my life, I think I'd already have given up long ago.
And how did he save your life?
It was Erin who found me dying outside of a Dwemer ruin. If he hadn't brought me here and nursed me back to health, I would have died. When my strength returned and he told me about the problems plaguing Riften, I decided fate brought me here for a reason. So I stayed.
Okay. And what about the Blackbriars?
Maven Blackbriar, the matriarch of the family, represents everything that's wrong with this city. She's bribed countless officials, has friends back in the Imperial City, and freely associates with the Thieves Guild. I've tried everything I can to protect Riften's citizens from her family, but to no avail.
Who else is in the family?
Well, there is Ingun Blackbriar, Maven's daughter. Strange girl. She likes to spend time down in Elgrim's elixirs working on her alchemy. Then you have Hemming, Maven's son. Spoiled brat and heir to her empire. He follows her word like a loyal dog follows its master. And finally, Sibi, the worst of all of them. He's in Riften jail for murder.
Okay.
Safe
An interesting
travels.
family.
If you're looking for anything to sell for a fair price, I run the Pond Prawn over by the market.
Right. So the Temple of Mara?
How may I help you, my daughter?
What can you tell me about the temple?
Wonderful. Where to begin? Mara is the goddess of love. The temple spreads her gifts by tending to the sick, the poor, and the lost. We also perform wedding ceremonies for all the loving couples in Skyrim.
So I can have a wedding at the temple?
Yes, if you were ready, of course. Are you familiar with how marriage works in Skyrim?
I might be. Why don't you remind me?
Typically, love in Skyrim is as earnest as the people who live here. Life is hard and short, so there's little room for long courtship. A person who is looking for a spouse simply wears an amulet of Mara about the neck, showing they are available. When another person shows interest and the two agree to be together, one of them comes to the temple and we arrange a ceremony.
And what about Mara's beliefs?
Mara's domain encompasses the emotions we strive the most to embrace: love, compassion, and understanding. It's difficult to appreciate her gifts in these dark times, but you should consider her light a beacon in the storm.
Okay, thanks.
May you return to her benevolence in safety.
Lady Mara bids you welcome to her benevolence.
Dinya Baloo?
What is it you seek, my child?
Why am I asking stupid questions? Which of the 8 divines do you serve? Obviously it's Mara.
We are devoted to the goddess Mara,
Yes.
who gave mortals the gift of love, that they might have a hint of eternity. Her blessings are many. To love is to know the true nature of the gods.
And may I receive her blessings.
Not all can hear the broad echoes of deepest dawn. To receive the touch of Mara, you must first act as her hands in the world. Explore the facets of the infinite jewel. Are you prepared, then, to help bring the light across this land?
Sure, why not? Just tell me what to do.
The dawn surely opens upon you, child. You must bear its light that all may see. Mara has reflected an image to me. At the foot of the throat and the young woman, almost a girl. Her fickle love must resolve itself. The village of Iverstead. The woman, Fastred. This is the prayer heard by the goddess and relayed to her servants. Return when she has seen her path. I will entreat Mara on your behalf.
Okay. Braille?
Need something? This temple is dedicated to Mara, and the
Yes.
light of love she shines on us all. I'm only a humble acolyte, though. If you wish to avail yourself of Mara's blessing, you should speak with Denya Balu or Maramal. See ya.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry to wake you up for that. What else we got? Anything?
Blessings of Mara upon you.
Thank you. wonder who sleeps down here. And why they want to read ruined books. Oh well. Okay. Hall of the Dead. Hello, who are you?
Come to laugh at the grave tender?
Why would I laugh at you?
I can see that disapproving look in your eye.
She just told me she was a grave tender. Why am I asking? You tend the graveyard?
If you're trying to ask if I tend the Hall of the Dead alone, then the answer is yes. You think anyone around here is going to lift a shovel to help me? Guess again. Leave the dirty work to old Alessandra. Look, I didn't ask for this job. I got stuck with it thanks to my father.
Okay. How is your father to blame for your job?
My father was a priest of Archay. All my life was spent around the dead, being forced to learn the proper burial rituals and prayers. I never had any friends. Who'd want to spend time with the weird little girl who hangs around dead people? So I grew up with a miserable trade. This is all I know how to do. Prepare and inter the deceased.
Okay, well, I don't know why I'm asking this, but how can you make peace with your father?
I'd like to make the journey to the Hall of the Dead in Whiterun, and give my ceremonial dagger to Anders, the caretaker. I believe once it's interred with my father's remains, I'll be at peace with his memory.
I can do it.
I hadn't asked you because I was afraid you'd say no. I appreciate your help. Here, I'm entrusting you with the dagger. Bring it to Anders and he'll take care of the rest.
And what's special about this dagger?
A priest of Archay is entrusted with a ceremonial dagger once they've completed their training. It's usually given by the head priest who sanctified the ritual. In my case, the head priest happened to be my father. The thing is, I never wanted to follow in his footsteps. In some ways, I still don't.
But you did it anyway.
I had to, for honor's sake. But I had waited too long. My father died before he could see my training to completion. When I finally became a priest, they gave me the new High Priest's dagger. But I already owned my father's. So you see, I have to return it. It breaks tradition, and I need to tell him that I finally did what he wanted.
Okay.
Be cautious. The pilgrimage to the shrine is not an easy one.
Who is this?
You need to leave.
Okay. Trying to tell us.
Everything all right?
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so time is it? Guess we should go inside the inn. I don't think we've quite talked to everybody yet, but it's 1 a.m. so.
If you've got the coin, you've come to the right place. Pull up a seat.
If your allegiance lies...
Sorry, I'm afraid I can't help you much right now. I'm currently in mourning.
Why?
It was my sister, Lilia. She served as a battle maiden with the Stormcloaks. We recently heard she'd been killed. I find it difficult to talk about. Perhaps you'd be better off speaking to my parents about it. Anyway, I'm glad my work at the Blackbriar Meadery keeps me busy. Helps me keep my mind off of things.
You're involved with the meadery?
Yes, actually. I'm partnered with Maven Blackbriar. I put up a chunk of the gold she needed to get the place off the ground. We've been staggeringly successful so far. In fact, I'm almost surprised how quickly she's generated business for us. My name may not be on the label, but some of my blood, sweat, and tears are in every drop. Figuratively, of course.
And what about your parents?
My father was a Stormcloak soldier in his younger days. Now he just walks the streets spewing his hatred and propaganda. My mother is the priestess of Talos. She tends to the shrine and teaches his ways. I'm just not so sure she's delivering the right message.
Are you at odds with them?
Don't mistake my political beliefs as a substitute for my family values. They're still my parents, and I love them dearly. I just think they've let my sister's death skew their outlook on Ulfric and what he really brings to the table with this war. I'm not so certain that Ulfric's intentions are as noble as they think. I think Ulfric cares about Ulfric, and the rest is a smokescreen. I'd appreciate if you kept my opinion between us. The last thing I want to do is have my parents lose another child.
It's a good thing this guy can't hear, huh?
It's been good talking to you.
Why all the hatred?
They mean to take our history and crush it all in the name of some damn treaty. The soil beneath our feet is steeped in the blood of our ancestors. We've fought for this land and died for it. I lost my own daughter to the Imperial dogs. And by Talos, I'll not lose anyone else.
Yes, and what happened to your daughter?
Lilia joined the Stormcloaks many years ago, when the first of the skirmishes broke out across Skyrim. I was so proud of her. She served as a battle maiden, using her healing arts to help those that fell on the battlefield. Never even lifted a blade in her life. It didn't matter. The Imperial soldiers cut her down, killed her like a dog, and left her body to rot in the mud. And that's why I won't rest easy until every single Imperial soldier joins her, and Ulfric sits upon the throne of Skyrim.
Okay, crazy
Ulfric
man.
Or die trying. There's nothing in between.
New in town, eh?
Bully.
Here for the fishing, I guess. There's nothing like fishing on Lake Onric. You should try it sometime.
So I assume you're a fisherman?
Only the best in all of Riften. I own Riften Fishery. Started out with a single fishing pole, and now I have an entire building and 2 boats to my name. Not bad for a middle-aged Nord, eh? Too bad I haven't had the same success helping this city shed its poverty. Nivenor thinks I'm wasting my time trying, but I disagree.
Who buys all your fish?
I sell my catch across a good portion of Skyrim. It's worth its weight in gold to me. The only untapped market left is Markarth. However, I just got word that Klepper at the Silver Blood Inn might be interested. If you're headed that way, I would appreciate you delivering a purchase agreement for me. You
Sure.
get paid, of course.
Excellent.
Good. Klepper will pay you as soon as you arrive with the letter. Here you are.
You mentioned Nivenor?
Nivenor is my wife. How I was ever able to meet such a gorgeous creature is one of life's mysteries. We're at odds about my charity. She thinks the people in this town have become lazy and expecting a handout. I tried to include her in my lessons from Maramal over at the Temple of Mara, but she prefers to shop instead. Different strokes, eh?
You sound quite charitable.
Yes, I suppose someone has to be around here. Have you seen the condition of this sorry excuse for a city? Beggars roam the streets, crime runs rampant, and the threat of war is driving away business. The paltry amount of coin that I place in the charity box at the temple is the least I can do to help.
Okay, but now I've got a personal question to ask you.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'd never sleep with anyone besides my wife.
Well, I won't tell anybody if you hand it over.
Hand what over? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, now I gotta get mean.
Or else what? You don't scare me.
Oh, well, my mistake then.
I should say so. Remember to give at the temple.
So I'll have to get it off you a different way, huh? Alright. Sapphire.
Yeah. What's your problem?
What about Shatter's debt?
I knew that stupid kid would try and find a way to weasel out of his debt. Look, this is really simple. I lent him some gold, he promised to pay me back, and now he says he's broke. End of story. I don't care. A deal's a deal.
Okay, my persuade and intimidate is obviously not high enough for these things, so we'll come back to you later.
Looking for work?
Louis.
I need someone to deliver a message to Sibby Blackbriar.
What sort of message?
Ah, well, I recently approached Sibby Blackbriar about buying Frost, one of the finest breeding horses in Skyrim. He agreed to sell. I paid Sibby half the cost of Frost up front, but before he could deliver, Maven had him locked up. Sibby believes this exempts him from our deal. It does not. I want you to talk to Sibby for me. Then I want you to bring me Frost and the lineage papers that prove the horse's worth.
Sounds easy enough.
Ah, you're a smart woman. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Head to the Riften jail and talk to Sibby. Get him to tell you where Frost and his lineage papers are and bring them to me outside Riften. You'll be well paid for your time.
Why is he in jail?
No idea, but whatever he did, it must have angered Maven. No guard would lock up a Blackbriar without the old lady's permission.
And why don't you go tell Sibby yourself?
I'm not exactly comfortable around guards or jails. Definitely not when associates of mine have been locked up. No, I'll meet you outside of town.
Uh-huh.
I'll meet you outside of town.
Right. What's that? Notice of cost increase. Kirava, as of this month, I'm afraid we're going to have to double the cost for Blackbriar Mead. As you're no doubt well aware, there's quite a bit of civil unrest occurring within Skyrim. With this unrest comes increased costs to us for shipment protection, ingredients, and labor. I think you'll find your customers more than willing to share in this burden by absorbing the cost through a price increase I recommend you institute immediately. Failure to comply with our new cost will result in an immediate interruption of Blackbriar Mead. Sincerely, Maven Blackbriar. Okay, Karava.
If you've got the coin, you're welcome here. Otherwise, hit the road.
I'm looking for work.
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
Kill the bandit leader. Okay. What's the word around town?
The Thieves Guild has been pushing hard to regain a foothold in this city. Rumor has it they're falling apart from the inside.
Okay, and I'd like a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Excellent.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Okay.
What wasn't I clear about?
Anything down here? Doesn't appear to be. Woo!
What wasn't I clear about?
I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Oops, that was not
Let
what
me
I
know
meant.
if there's anything else you need.
Okay, thank you. Sleep for 8 hours.
Yeah? What's your problem?
All
I've
right,
never
so
seen Llywellyn this upset about anything.
right.
The city really gets to her.
Okay, so we're gonna take a little break,
Hey, Talon.
and we'll
Get
come.
off your lazy tail and take care of the customer.
Keep your scales on.
Oh, he just sat down. He got.
You want a drink?
Oh, how did you meet Kirava?
I met her when I wandered into Riften a few years ago. Been smitten with her ever since. In fact, I'm thinking of asking her to marry me. In Blackmarsh, tradition dictates we present a potential mate a unique wedding ring to represent our future bond. I already have the gold band, but all I need are 3 flawless amethysts to complete the setting.
I could get those.
I was hoping you'd offer. I didn't think it was my place to ask such a favor of you. I thank you.
Can you tell me about the wedding ring?
Every Argonian wedding proposal band is supposed to have 3 flawless amethysts as part of their design. 2 of the gems, the ones on the outside, represent the couple to be married. One for the husband, one for the wife. The amethyst in the center represents the Hist, the entity that all Argonians consider a sacred part of our lives.
Okay, well, thanks.
If you'll excuse me, I have other things to attend to.
Right, well, like I said before he interrupted, we're going to take a little break, and we'll continue our exploration
Welcome to
of
the Bee
Riften
and Bard,
when we come
milady.
back.
If I can interest you in one of
Later.
our special drinks.